Last time on It All Goes Back to Sonic, Harvek and MegaFire started reading issue 1114 live for some reason. And now, the dramatic conclusion.
Harvek, did you see Mammoth Mogul? He just came out of that cave.
What the fuck are we reading, dude?
I don't know.
By the way, it's the Mammoth Menace.
I don't know. I hope we had somebody like, I don't know, Bob Hood to give us a summary.
The title card says Mammoth Menace, like da-da-da-da-da-da.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to It All Goes Back to Sonic. My name is MegaFire. I forgot who I was. I have with me Dorko for you, Bob Hood, and Harvek.
I forgot my identity for a second.
I forgot who I was. I'm sorry. Yeah, we read 114 halfway through the last episode because we had no inhibition. Yeah, we had no inhibitions. And there's a lot of really funny screenshots that I have. I think they're funny. They're probably not funny, but you know what? They're pretty good. They'll all be in the little screenshot compilation I put in for you guys. But for now, I'm just gonna send them to my friends, including this one where Sonic and Tails look at the cave and realize that Tom Nook is about to take the whole
town hall meeting.
That was really funny. We did bring that up last time.
Oh, that's good. All right, Bob, give us a summary of 114.
I'm surprised I didn't joke about town hall meeting in my notes. I'm disappointed in myself. So Tails keeps having the same nightmare where he walks to a cave and sees glowing eyes in the darkness. So one night he decides to just fly out with his mind somehow leading him to the safe cave in real life. Sonic follows, and inside they find another Tails with a cape encased in a magic bubble. Mammoth Mogul appears, revealing he has escaped confinement. His explanation leads Tails to believe that he is not the real Tails and the superhero Tails is the real one. Because his explanation above, the real Tails would do this, but that's not super important. As the two fight Mammoth, his loss of concentration causes Cape Tails to drop free of his bubble. Sonic reassures his friend that he's a real one, but the Tails suddenly vanishes and then the other Tails wakes up from the ground.
Huh, Tails, you're a real one, man. Fist bumps him.
And it hasn't yet been explained if he was like the fake one the whole time in the comic.
Anyway, guess what? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. This will never be brought up. Then we have a Knuckles. Dimitri is dying, and Leander promises to take the wheel if something happens to him. Meanwhile, Mammoth offers a golden egg in these trying times to the taxi driver.
to Harry! You can't forget about Harry!
Yeah, it is Harry. To Harry to get a ride to a group of... What my summary says is a group of echidnas with a predilection towards state-of-the-art biotechnology, and someone have to tell me which faction this is, because I just woke up and can't tap into my brain to tell any of these Knuckles apart, except the green one, but I'm pretty sure it's the Dark Legion.
It's the Dark Legion.
Yeah, they're good now. Trust me. So lastly, Vector overhears that Dimitri is in the hospital and says he's nothing but bad news to the two echidnas currently concerned with his well-being, and he gets slapped for talking shit about the poor former supervillain. And then we get one more Amy episode where this issue is about Amy going to school now that she's back in that hole. She regrets the fact that she is stuck in a class with kids not her age, and she and Tails mess around and get in trouble for not paying attention in class. Also, imagine getting detention because you got caught making funny faces with the classmate, like, once.
I can imagine that. It's the first day of school. Don't be a clown.
Yeah, but like, man, bro, detention.
So, also, in case the dear readers you don't remember, Amy aged up her body with the Chaos Emerald. I almost made a big mistake. It was the Power Ring. Nope. Yes. Yes.
I actually forgot.
It was something.
Who cares?
I was right. It was the 100th ring or something.
The fifth element.
It was the fifth element ring. I like Dimitri saying that Knuckles is a pragmatist because it keeps coming back to the stupid joke you made about him being a centrist. Because all my note says is Knuckles the centrist.
I guess
I feel that
joke, but also true.
Yes, true.
This has bled into other characters in all our other media we've been watching lately, and I hate it.
Which part?
I hate it, but I love it. But I mean, now we have centralist Hulk because of it in our minds.
Hulk think both sides have a good point. My other note was like, oh yeah, the Chaotix exist. Because I already forgot again. I'm praying for the day they become more relevant again.
We love Vector the crocodile.
We do love Vector. He's such a good guy. And unless Julie Sue's in the room, then he's just uncharacteristically an asshole.
If I only knew about Vector through these comics, I'd hate him. I'm just saying that.
Oh, he was cool before Julie Sue made it into the comic. He was Knuckles' main man. He was groovy guy. But women, am I right, fellas?
There's like a core memory that Vector did something in this comic, but I already forget what it is. I just don't like him.
Forgive me, dear viewers. I'm going to attempt a Vector impression. I am sick. Oh, I love you, Knuckles. You're my best. What? Female?
That literally is his whole story arc in this comic. Also, I like that your microphone peaks when you do his impression.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's funny.
Future
that's all
Dorko.
No, go ahead.
Oh, future Dorko for you. I'm sorry.
Apology not accepted.
I'm not apologizing to you.
We'll have to wait and see how other me feels.
Damn.
Put an editor's note in here. Tell me how you feel.
Dorko also is trapped. Future Dorko is trapped in the bubble. We have to free him so that he can edit the podcast.
Future Dorko is 7 days ahead of us.
So I was gonna say
That's
just a little fun fact, if you can call it that, is about the topic of there was a fake Tails. When did that happen? The comic itself actually has conflicting information on it.
Oh yeah.
So in this story itself, it's just like, it was when the stupid Tails got warped to fight Knuckles. That's when it happened. But a couple issues ago, when Ken Penders did like a Tails profile, he implies it happened way before that.
That's right.
I prefer to not accept that.
But
it doesn't matter either way, because this plotline sucks and it's done with.
And that's why they did it. Our boy Benny Lee is cleaning house in these issues, and you know what? He's right. Good for him. I applaud his attempts to just tie up some bullshit.
That's something I've realized. Is like, Benny Lee / Carl Bowlers. It feels like he's like desperately trying to do a lot of cleanup between Ken Penders and the editor stuff. Like, this man is trying.
He's trying so hard. And you know what? Carl Bowlers haters, you can suck my nuts. I said it. I'm not taking it back. Damn. I've changed. I'm a Bowlers defender. I'm a Bowlers baller now, you know?
The Bowlers baller?
We're bowling,
I'm a Bowlers
baby.
baller. All right. 115. Pop.
Sonic plays fetch with his dog and accidentally throws a stick into the lake. Muskie can't swim, so Sonic runs in to save him. He also finds a glass bottle at the bottom. He frees the genie trapped inside, who instead of granting 3 wishes, flash him into the face with something. It turns out Sonic's speed powers were transferred to his dog, who only benefits from this, as he can catch perch stealers and assist with gardening with super speed. So later, Sonic finds the genie and Muskie eats him in order to get Sonic's speed back. So Sonic, with his 3 wishes, he gets his speed back, takes away Muskie's, and traps the genie back into the bottle. So the Knuckles. Mammoth meets Dimitri, saying he wants his power back, and as Knuckles goes about his day, he meets Locke and finds that the Mammoth has captured Dimitri. The end.
Oh man. You didn't say anything funny. I forgot how little substance there was in that part.
Well, in the big, I skipped a big. I don't know if it was this issue or a later one. It's hard to tell. But the Dark Legion is like talking about something, but whenever they do, I just assume it's just them talking about stuff that's going to happen and whatnot.
Yeah.
Some
to
bullshit.
summarize,
So I just.
To summarize that, for the most part, they're just going to be talking about Linda, the commissar, she's trying to figure out if she's gonna try and take control of the Dark Legion and make sure it doesn't align with the rest of the echidnas on the island or not. It doesn't matter. It'll be very blunt when things happen.
Yeah, I have no excuse for skimming through Knuckle shit.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. It's okay.
Yeah, I thought you'd understand.
I always understand.
Also, shout outs to...
My eyes open, Green Knuckles' eyes glow. I understand everything.
Shout outs to Sonic for squandering his 3 wishes in the worst way possible.
He's a dick, dude. He took it. He took.
Why did he do that to... He wasn't doing anything wrong.
That was a little weird.
Maybe Mutsuki wasn't having a good time because he can't keep up with everybody else, so he can't be like a dog, you know? Like, he can't really...
Also, imagine the good you could do with that 3rd wish instead of just trapping the genie in the bottle.
For real. Sonic doesn't think. Also, 7 rings in hand.
Yeah, another funny thing. The comics predate games on.
Look at how this genie is drawn here, and how... Look how the gene is drawn here in this image MegaFire puts and how he's drawn in the comic.
Yeah, I actually Why he looks like such a nerd.
Why did this issue exist?
It was just it's you know, it's Art Mahoney. I think we touched on this before, but Benny Lee, Color Bowler's just alternate persona, you know, was made to sort of combat some of the more like the criticisms of things being too heavy. So he writes a lot of these. So he writes a lot of like kind of one-off stories just to break the monotony and break the like tension, I guess. I want to point something out. Art Mahoney did the art here. It's great. It looks like, I don't know if this has happened before, but I feel like this is the first time I've noticed that it looks like he's blending some of the artistic elements of the newer comics and the newer artists into his style. Like with the, you know, the more bubbly shading, it's a little bit more, there's more angles than he usually does in his own art. Things are a little bit bigger than they normally are. Like he usually draws things in like a kind of, for lack of a better term, like a chibi, like I don't know how to articulate it correctly, but if you look at his art from like way back and even like from like, you know, 10, 15, 20 issues where he makes a couple guest appearances, it's very like, it's like almost like a modernized version of his art, and it's cool. I like it.
Yeah, but Winnie's pretty good.
Why does Sonic have like 20 spines?
It's a hedgehog. Ask God.
He's a hedgehog.
Maybe not the most odd.
I have a question for God.
Oh.
I'm not gonna do the big Y scream inside.
All I got on this one is that I really like this. Oh, there is another thing. I like this exchange where he's just like, but your power was in turn stolen from me. I'm a bit hazy on the why though. I'm just like, all I wrote in my notes is I'm like, I wonder if you guys remember what he's talking about.
No.
Dorko?
I don't.
The stuff with Logo was like a year ago. I can't.
Well, okay, here's the kicker. Because if any of you guys said it was something that happened in issue 79, I was going to pull my trap card out and be like, that's what they said in the comic, but that nothing really explicitly states why his power was taken from him. That was the issue where we had Mammoth Manlet, remember, where he gets freed and he looks like a tiny guy in the green silhouette. It was the Chaos arc, the Sonic Adventure 1. Eggman breaks a piece of the Chaos Emerald, the Master Emerald, and yeah, there's nothing clear in there. There's nothing that says like, oh, I feel weaker. He's just like, haha, I'm free. That's it.
I have a theory for you.
Okay, let's theory craft.
Off screen, he got his power stolen by 90s animated series Mega Man.
That's very much possible.
Now I've got your power.
Oh, darn! I better go beat up Dimitri now.
And then he clocks him in the head, and that's why he says he's hazy on the details. It's all coming together.
He's not a human. Mega Man can beat the shit out of him if he wants.
Exactly. This was really fun. Again, I'm a big fan of some of these comics because they're just kind of like fun. Where he just blows up man by putting a dynamite in his mouth.
Why does he spit it out? Is he dumb?
He might be.
Is that from the next
Paul
issue?
Martin?
I'm confused.
Oh, is that from the next issue? Oh, my bad.
That's from 117. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Hey.
My apologies. That was from the different issue. But
That's
I wanted to just one more thing on this one.
Just one
First
more
off,
thing.
hum. Yeah. Just one more thing. Humana. And then second off, I took the liberty of downloading some of the pages from this comic because there was like a whole section where where Pat Speziante put some of his sketches for the comic out and like little blurbs about what they were planned to be used for and some of the process that he went into making it. And there's some really cool ones, really cool ones that I really like. I just gonna include that in the show notes just as a separate gallery of stuff you guys can look at. If you can't for whatever reason, issue 115, they're just like in the intermission pages.
Yeah, this was the coolest part of the issue.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
I wanted to put this in my notes that there was like a cool Paspaziante section, but I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently back when Sonic disguised as a ninja, it was based on Strider. So I'm like, oh, okay. That's cool.
Oh,
It's weird seeing it like just straight up Capcom name dropping here. But let's talk about what really matters. There's Ray the Squirrel.
that's right.
Oh yeah, hey, was he in the comic yet?
He is. Yeah. I know. It's hard to.
He drew it, so obviously, but I don't remember when. So
I was just laughing because he was introduced and it was like slave labor camp or whatever.
oh right.
Yeah,
part.
it was Sonic's freaking. He got captured in a slave labor camp. Escape with Mighty. Ray got lost, and is still lost. Yeah, I don't know. I think this issue was definitely one of the weaker ones in this batch, mainly because the intermission story. It's basically a filler. It was kind of like. It was a slapstick. It was nothing, and then the Knuckles story was even more nothing than usual, which is saying a lot.
Well, a thought that come to me is that like when they do like a silly short stories like this, I wish they used more characters and it wasn't just basically Sonic. Which I mean, I guess to be fair, like he's Mutski and that's cute, but kind of wish you could see more characters do things. And I'd say some of the other issues pick up on that in this session, so that's nice.
Agreed. All right. Speaking of 116,
the president of Station Square explains to Sonic and Bunny that Rouge the Bat, she's here, by the way, was sent to stop Eggman from acquiring a new body after getting blown up in a previous issue. She hasn't responded since. Sonic and Bunny split up. Sonic confronts Eggman in his factory, who is taking refuge in a robot body. He gets fed a firecracker and blows up. Elsewhere, Rouge the Bat starts escaping a cell and attacks Bunny, mistaking her for an enemy. Sonic breaks the fight up as the girls realize they goofed. And then, while Mammoth threatens to meet Tree, Knuckles keeps having flashbacks to when he and his dad encounter some Robotnik scout bots trying to get the Master Emerald. And that's all I wrote for that one.
All right, let me just start off. First off, why didn't Eggman just spit out the TNT? Is he stupid?
Well, the answer is yes.
no,
There, now I said it for the right issue. We're good.
I love Rouge.
Uh-huh.
That's it. And 117. No, I'm just kidding.
I believe some of us are awestruck by this panel.
I think. Yeah, and I accidentally prematurely posted that one because I have my naming conventions all screwed up for some reason for this issue. I really like this gag. This one got me. I had an audible out loud chuckle when I read this one because I wrote it down. Which was honestly kind of impressive for me who rereads this comic so many times. I usually remember most of the gags, or like I remember them as I'm reading them. This one I like completely forgot.
I thought it was a good goof because Sonic has a point.
Yeah, like Sonic's just like the president's like, why didn't you call us in the first place? Oh, please forgive me. What was I think? I should have known that. He's on his knees begging. He's like, dude, chill. I was only joking.
The president's going full Dr. Wily over there right now.
You're right. Yeah. I always appreciate a Sonic and Bunny story, especially one where Bunny gets to kick ass.
Yeah.
Also cute.
Now you can talk about that Rouge panel again.
I'm all ears. Yeah, Rouge. I mean, you know, she's Rouge. What can I say? It's Jay Axer. Jay Axer. Let me just start by this. The dichotomy of this issue. You start with a Ron Lim. I feel so bad. You start with a Ron Lim story where Sonic does the little blowing up Robotnik, which is great, fantastic. I love that bit. And then it cuts. It's just that I'm like, you're like, well, what happened to Rouge? What happened to Bunny? Bunny just because they split up, Sonic and Bunny. They did. So the next issue starts. First thing you see, high definition Rouge the Bat Jay Axer art style. The next thing you see, Rouge the Bat and Bunny have like a fucking brawl for like 3 pages. Oh man, what more does a man need?
The artist really took the time to line out every single wrinkle in Rouge's outfit.
That's right. He does. It's all quality detail, man. Also, I have one good still of Bunny. She does the Zam face.
Oh no.
I don't know if you guys know what Zam is, and if you don't, that's fine. You can look it up on your own time. It's very funny.
Look, this little fight scene is basically just a Super Mario Brothers Z episode.
It is. It
was a cool fight scene.
Let's fight. Okay. Why are we fighting? I don't know.
It's really funny because Sonic.
It's so
Sonic
silly,
just
but
appears,
it's also like so well drawn and cool.
It is.
Sonic appears. And he's just like, guys, we're on the same team, and they're like, "Oops, my bad." Literally, that's the end of the exchange. Oops, my bad, and they're like, shrug.
It's kind of funny.
I just feel like they're just like, hey, you know what? I just want to fight 2 girls fighting. All right.
Yeah.
Well, why do they fight? I don't know. Let's fight. Okay.
There's some really good ones, like Rouge getting hit into like a pole, and then Bunny kicks her through it, which is like, you're right. This is just some Dragon Ball Z stuff. But you know what? I'm here for it. This is what I love.
Yeah, props for them for just like, we're gonna have 2 girls fighting. How should they do it? Dragon Ball Z. Okay.
That's right. Actually, I think, now don't quote me, and I feel like I've seen this dialogue before. I think this is exactly a still from Dragon Ball Z. This pose and the way that Bunny's flying back. I think this is one of Vegeta's, when Vegeta fights Goku for the first time on Earth, I think he does this slide thing where he's like crouched down and it's like one panel like this. Now, again, don't quote me, but I'm like 90% sure that this is a thing that I've read before, like decades ago.
What they should have done is have Bunny and Rouge do the poses that Goku and Vegeta do right before they start fighting.
and then it should be an animated comic, and they like do the
I do
move their necks up and down.
I do like that at this point. I think Rouge has more screen time than Shadow did.
Unfortunately, I think you're 100% correct.
I have a feeling it'll change, considering Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Not the game, just Shadow the Hedgehog.
Both.
Where the hell am I? That's how you're covering Sonic Adventure 2?
The only note I have about the Knuckles story is I think Knuckles' PTSD is kicking in. Because, like, all I could think... Like, I don't know what they were trying to relay with this story of Knuckles' childhood, but all I could think of is, like, man, this dad sucks. Like, I don't know if they were trying to do some kind of positive light on this one or something, but... This guy just sucks.
Yeah.
Eggs, man.
Just a running thing with Knuckles stories.
I like how his younger version of his dad just randomly has, like, a blue beard.
No, see, that makes a lot of sense.
I
He's
was
like
supposed to think of some of a follow-up to what you were saying earlier about going from one story to the other art-wise. I think it's pretty funny. Just even now, I'm like going through the pages. to go from the J Axer stuff, and then the first page of Knuckles looks so doofy.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunate. Also, I swear, in some of the Knuckles comics... Oh, yeah, just to give context, he's not talking shit about Don Best. Ron Lim is also the penciler for the Knuckles story in this issue. It's funny, because in some of Don's stories, I swear I think somebody else does the art for some people, because there are some times when I'm like, Knuckles looks wrong. Like, he doesn't look like all the other characters around him. I don't have a specific page to point it out with. I just saw that sometime in this session. I didn't take a screenshot or write a note anywhere, unfortunately. But yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice until you brought it up, but he really does have a blue beard for some reason.
He dyes his beard. It's the new hip thing to do.
My son, I need to stand out from the other echidnas. I've dyed my beard blue.
But Dad, didn't you say we're the last echidnas?
Shut up and go train. Get in the microwave.
Knuckles, shut up, Knuckles. Walks into the wall of fire. Kills himself.
Shut up, Knuckles. Puts him in the microwave.
Time for 117, introducing the best character of all time. I'm so excited. Let's go.
Yeah, Dr. Eggman.
Handsome Snively. You were wrong.
So Eggman and Snively are trapped in cyberspace if they have no bodies. Snively hitches a ride on a binary code, gets zapped by antivirus software, and somehow returns to the real world with a new look. He has a full head of hair and is taller. But Eggman, who also finds his way back, gives Snively his old look back because fuck him. And then a rabbit person goes to the Forbidden Zone where Drago the Wolf and others that we've seen before, a bunch of criminals are being held. Tommy the Turtle, the one who invited him here, has to attend a meeting, so our new character, Juice the Rabbit, and Tommy have to do their catching up later. And I didn't specify, but there's a little flashback that it was the old Tortoise and the Hare story. The rabbit's a bully and picked on Tortoise, Tommy, for being slow, but he wins the race, blah, blah, blah. So Juice proceeds to another room and takes off a disguise because he is actually Sonic. Sonic wants to save this guy because after picking on Tommy way back when, he realized he should protect the weak instead. So Sonic sneaks through a vent and finds that Eggman and Snively are back and are currently negotiating with Drago and the others. However, Eggman not only retained his hand-touch roboticization powers, but can also extend wires to roboticize almost everybody in the room in seconds. So he doesn't get Tommy and the dog dude, but we'll get to that. Sonic and Tommy start getting away, but the dog man who tried to offer Tommy to Eggman to save himself is about to get caught by Eggman anyway. So in a desperate fit to screw everyone over, he throws a grenade. So Tommy, in a last-ditch effort, tosses Sonic through a window, sacrificing himself to help Sonic escape.
What a hero.
What a hero. Knuckles finally does something useful with his powers and heals Harry the cab driver. The gang... It took this long. The gang finds out that Mammoth did this, and Knuckles wants payback. Knuckles confronts him, but Mammoth only needs to push this little button to put Dimitri off life support. What do you think?
First off, love this. Love this little running panel of Eggman and Snively. It's very fun. I love this. This is a real reaction image moment right here. Eggman. Oh. And then second off, this gag got me real good. It just laid me out flat. I don't know why. Get real.
I do think it's pretty fun to pretend there's like another redesign and then just immediately blowing it up.
And the best part is, like, at the very end, he's just like, why can't I look cool? Who cares about you? I'm the villain of this story. So, as everybody who's familiar with this comic and its infamous traits, everybody knows the introduction of Beelzebub.
Excuse me?
People
Lucifer.
People have been asking me about this dude and if I've gotten to him yet. And I don't.
Wait, really?
Well, someone knows this comic, I think, and they're like, "Hey, did you get to Tommy the Turtle yet?" And they didn't elaborate. So so we got to this, and like, what's wrong with this fucking tortoise?
Yeah, you can.
I'm scared of I'm scared about what happens later when we find out he's like roboticized or some shit.
You can tell him you got to Tommy the Turtle and he died.
I'm sure I'm sure I'll be the last of it. What is that face?
I gotta tell the listeners that when MegaFire over there was pulling some opera shit, he kept posting images of Tommy the Turtle.
I'm just gonna say I've now cataloged the first appearance of Tommy the Turtle, and the last appearance of Tommy the Turtle in this chat, until something changes. Now we've got, you forget that this dog is, you forget his full name. We have to respect Snoop Doggy Dog.
I think you just got it wrong.
Okay, I'm wrong. No, I'm pretty sure it's Snoop Doggy Dog.
No,
that's the traitor. Sleuth. Fuck, it's not Snoop Dogg, my bad.
I mean, even this comic was trying to hide it for. I think it just said that dirty dog guy.
We can't forget his horrible crime of killing Fly Freddy.
Also, I wanted to. So this is the story is by a new writer. I don't even know how you'd pronounce this, like Romy Chacon. Do you know anything about this person, MegaFire?
No, I didn't, because I was gonna look him up, and then I forgot. But then I also saw that you made a comment about him earlier, so I was like, oh, Dorgo's got me probably.
So I read a little bit, and it was mostly just a thanks Ken Pender's blog. So I've got the gist. Apparently, they're like, if you try to look this person up, it's like they're mysterious. Like, who is this person? And apparently, the most popular theory is that this is actually the editor. So that's more of this nonsense.
I think it's Gabriel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't remember who it was. I just remember that the editor did come and do something in the comics. For better or worse. I guess we'll see. We'll find out together. But I do know, based on our conversation last time, there's quite a thing brewing between Penders, Carl Bowlers, and the editor. So, yeah.
Well, the sentence that sent shivers down my spine was, Chacon is quite possibly the most disliked writer in Archie Sonic history. And that blows my mind.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he's worse than Penders.
How bad could this be?
I guess we're gonna find out down the road.
I'm excited. Finally, something worse than the LSD thing. I was waiting for this.
It's like,
worse? Wait a minute. What do you... Hold on. The LSD thing is... Are you kidding me? Are you joking?
Boy, I'm just summoning up a laugh that feels like I'm hurting myself. Ugh.
Oh, man. Never mind. That's all I got on 117.
No, I was gonna say, I feel like this Tommy story was... It almost feels like it was trying to gaslight me into thinking this character showed up before. It was like, no, it was just...
what's the name of the gargle from Simpsons? Whatever that was. Graggle.
Graggle.
Graggle Simpson.
Yeah, Graggle Simpson. You know, the classic character.
Yeah.
Can I tell you guys a secret? Even I had to look it up a few days ago when I was reading through the comic. I was like, I started writing my notes about how, like, you're introducing Tommy the Turtle, and then I was like, wait a minute, was he in the comic? Or I don't know why I thought he was already in the comic.
And I feel like the way it was written is also weird, because it was like, oh, is this like a friend we didn't know about? But then it was also, no, it was just the generic tortoise and the hare race story, and then like Sonic is saying stuff like man, we would have been great friends, and then he's like, he made me realize what true friendship was. Like, what? You weren't even friends?
No, you were wrong, because he used to hang out apparently with Sonic and Sally in Mobotropolis, but like it's basically an instance of he was just off camera in a lot of our flashbacks. I trust me, Tommy was there. He's just, you couldn't see him because he's so slow. He was off camera.
Sorry, Tails. I only have one friend, and it's not you. It's Tommy. Like in Super Mario World, like cameras zoom over sound effect, and then he's just there.
I guess there is the panel of them walking together.
Yeah. There. I like the gag of. I think I said this. The robotic keep blowing up. I think that the ongoing gag is really. The running gag is really good. He just can't. He can't get a break. Or I guess he breaks too much. I should say.
I'm still a little confused by the true friendship line, but oh well. Now I'm scared for Tommy showing up again.
So if you give, the only thing I want to add, if you give Sonic a character flaw, it shouldn't be like he picked on somebody when he was younger. Like this, basically, I already don't like this writer's plotlines, and I'm terrified to see where it goes. Other than that, I have nothing on this.
It's super ham-fisted and weird. It feels like a kid's show.
Uh-huh.
I just don't like that trait for Sonic. That's all I wanted to say. It bugged me.
Tommy the Turtle had to sit this one out.
Thank you.
Anyway, that's all I got. I'll move on to the summary if you're already.
Yep.
118. The freedom fighters confront Eggman, but they are abducted by aliens. The aliens conduct an experiment where Sonic and friends become robots, and Eggman is clearly become organic. And immediately, this is how they explain this. The two teams are then put against each other in combat. The winner gets their old bodies back, and then the losers stay where they are. No prizes for guessing who wins as Eggman attacks Sonic in the mech, but it backfires on him pretty quick. Everyone is transported back to their home planet. Our next story, Jeffrey and another skunk have recovered.
That's a cat.
Fuck.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call. It was like a gutter. Like I just like regurgitated that. Like I was just like, I'm like, you're wrong. How dare you misidentify that furry?
I don't know. I don't know why I got upset that I got that wrong.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't. I don't know why I care. I don't actually care. It's like I misunderstood.
I'd like to issue a public apology to Bob Hood. My actions on the podcast do not reflect on much I actually give a shit about that.
I don't even remember her name or when
Archie.
she last. Right. Okay. I know who this is now. He talks to his girlfriend, explaining that he ended up getting caught by Eggman way back when, and blames himself in part for the prince exiling himself. They ask King Acorn for his okay to leave Nahal and find Elias. Last story, Mammoth demands Knuckles to step into the power-sucking machine or he'll kill Dimitri. Conflict ensues as it turns out the whole room is set to take Knuckles' power. So to save Dimitri, Knuckles lets his power go haywire and he blows up. Following the flash, Dimitri seems fine. Mammoth Mogul is gone, but Knuckles doesn't seem to appear to have made it. What do you think?
Don't take his advice.
Do not.
Was how I started my notes. I said, don't take advice from a predator. I linked a screenshot from the cover of this where, they started a new little trend. So I mentioned this before, but the covers will start to do like kind of thematic things across these next X amount of issues, many issues, where it's like there's like it's like a movie like magazine posters, like the front pages. And this one's like, plus how to get her attention, Joffrey St. John shows you guys out there in Heart to Heart. And I just immediately, my first comment was like, don't take advice from a predator, and I just screenshot this. Tails is fucking pissed. Badass Tails strikes again.
I'm sad that's not known outside our little group.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I keep making. You know what? Everybody go check out Badass Tails.
Okay, we gotta take Eggman's ability. Did he lose his ability to roboticize people with hand touch because they put him in an organic body?
I would believe so.
Correct. Yep, that's right.
Because as soon as this started, I assumed, okay, this is going to be their explanation on how they take that off him. And it was so funny because it's just fucking abducted by aliens. It's just the most blatant thing.
I think it's really funny because they did that before.
Joke's on you! I could roboticize with my saliva now!
No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because he's organic now, we get moist Eggman back. Every time he opens his mouth, he's just full of saliva.
Gotta make sure to post this Tails before I forget.
Was he not moist before?
When he was robot, I don't think he was moist. I think we lost his.
I genuinely didn't notice that. If that was intentional, fantastic. Good attention to detail.
I might be wrong, but I think that's true. Also, this Tails this goes so hard. Why is Tails the hardest kid on the block?
I've never seen Tails so angry before.
I have.
Don't mess with me.
Not
or
officially,
my friends.
though.
King Acorn said it's my turn to play Xbox.
What's he gonna play?
Call of Duty.
Call of Halo.
What was the newest Sonic game at this time?
Ooh, it's 2000. This is 2003. Sonic Heroes? No. Yeah. Well, maybe Sonic Heroes? Yeah.
That sounds right.
Also, they knew what they were doing with this Sally art.
Well,
Wait,
This awoke something in some people.
Often been doing.
They are often awakening people. Also, epic Terminator reference for those of you who I don't actually know. I wrote that note without double checking, but I was like, I'm pretty sure that's what this is. I'll be back.
I think he's just saying I'll be back.
No, it's a Terminator reference because he's a robot. See?
Maybe.
Okay.
Also, okay. On a more serious note, on the actual story of this one, I like the little robot fight. It's really fun. I'm glad that St. John, that there's some writing in place here to try and get him to admit he is a piece of shit for most of this comic. And that there is some kind of wheels turning and efforts on the writing side to make him a different character and not the one that we have had the displeasure of knowing in the last 100 issues.
We don't talk about old Jeffrey.
It is nice. Make him.
What? I just linked an image of Broder, which was extremely cursed in the comic and is cursed even in my out of context.
Both slightly redeeming Jeffrey and then also suddenly pushing a Hershey into a love thing, but simultaneously, hopefully, making Jeffrey X Sally stuff officially stopped. Hopefully, there's no more of that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's done.
MegaFire, when you posted this rotor, I just back in my head I heard Earthbound music and it was like Gygus is
I heard do when I took the screenshot. So who was phone? Also, important lore drop. Angel Island. We're finally called Angel Island. The floating island has been renamed. And I bet you guys didn't know because the name Angel Island comes from the first Guardian, Edmund's mother, Angela.
Wow. So compelling. Much world building.
Knuckles is dead. And then there's Knuckles. He's dead.
Kind of a funny culmination of all that talk of how do you have anything threaten Knuckles when he's all powerful? Oh, he's dead now. He's just dead.
He blew himself up.
Nobody can stop Knuckles except Knuckles.
Oh no.
So,
no.
I guess the question I have is like, is this the end of Green Knuckles?
We're getting there.
Okay.
We're very close. Very close.
He's dead.
I'm
It's not
confident-
over.
I know. I was like, how do I say? Kind of. We're getting there.
Okay.
Is Green Knuckles the clone arc of Sonic? Does it just keep going?
What is the clone? I feel like we've already had a clone arc. I mean, see Tails.
Well, I mean, in that there's a quote unquote popular story. By popular, I mean the producer really likes it, so they keep pushing it to be extended longer and longer.
No, I don't think Green Knuckles is very popular. I think.
No, the producer likes it, or the editor, I should say.
No. The editor doesn't like it.
Okay.
There. I know that the story. I mean, like he kind of. Penders has carte blanche on this, but I think that they're wrapping up this story, or at least trying to. We're getting to a really interesting period of time right now. I'm really excited because like maybe in the next couple like sessions I'm gonna link a nice video for you guys to watch because it really does go into the details of what happened in the back end, and I think it'll bring in a lot of context and just kind of it's just an interesting a dive. It's basically like, man, if I had this video like a decade and a half ago, it would have been real cool instead of having to scrounge about forums and stuff for information and weird interviews from Ken Penders. 119.
119.
We're at the home stretch.
I'll walk out this off. Sonic shows up in a town of Mobians to warn them about Eggman. A giant caterpillar attacks. Sonic's spin dash isn't strong enough for this giant variant of the robot, so he channels Radical Larry in order to vibrate his way into the robot. He brought Tails aside, who hacks Caterpillar's brain to drive him off a cliff. Story 2. Bunny is hit with a rocket and placed into a cell. It is the work of Jack Rabbit, who is trying to lure Sonic instead with a distress signal. But whatever, he sicked some Robians on her, but she was too strong. Also, these Robians were apparently some of the people that Sonic left behind in that one issue. What was the name of that town again? Because it was even written in this issue, but I didn't put in the summary.
Sandblast City.
Sandblast City.
Yeah. Do I have all that right? Because
yeah, I think so far.
I forget what happened to that place, but I guess they all got roboticized.
Oh, well, they got roboticized because they tried to trap Sonic in the town,
right?
And they got attacked by Robotnik at the same time, but Sonic kind of left them because they were trying to steal Sonic away, basically. And I mean, it was kind of it was a very weird story, but it was kind of interesting at the same time, where these guys were just really messed up. It was almost like a Children of the Corn situation.
It's kind of funny that we just have a regular character that's evil Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny with an eye patch.
He talks like an oil tycoon.
Big Bugs.
Big
Talks like an oil
Yeah, I'm already a demon, boss.
Yeah, this is Gord, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm already a demon, bub.
So who would Snake be? Would Snake be the guy from the Lunatics or Animaniacs?
What the fuck?
I meant Tiny Toons when Animaniacs came out.
Buster Bunny?
Wait, so maybe Buster would be Solid and Lunatics Bugs would be Liquid?
Liquid, I think so too. I had the
And
same
then who would be
thought.
Solid as?
Oswald the Rabbit.
And who's Venom Snake?
Oh, this is...
Us. It's us.
Who?
Us. It's us.
No, okay, fine, shut up. We look at ourselves, we're like Bugs Bunny in the mirror. And you don't even see my name.
I'm visualizing the man I want to be, and it's just Bugs Bunny.
It's just, this is who I am inside. I'm the Bugs Bunny from Sandblast City.
Do we have more summary?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Bob.
That's okay. So Rotor tries to solve the mysteries on where Nicole came from. He can't work it out, but we do find out that Rotor himself sent this computer to the past and gave her a firewall so powerful nobody could break through it. So at the end of the night, Rotor takes inspiration from Nicole's programmer to tweak his computer's security. And now we find out that his new security is so strong that he is able to wall out Eggman from the other side of the planet. And that's it.
How could he? He must have Norton!
This was actually a pretty fun issue overall.
I liked this issue. I was going to say it was probably the highlight. One thing I want to give Ron... Okay, shit-talking Ron a bunch. I want to give him some praise because that Sonic story, there was like... It's still not great, but it looked better than normal. And I think it had to do with the shading. I don't know if it was him, the inker, or the colorist, but something was done there which kind of gave it a little bit of oomph. It still isn't great.
I thought it was so slick for my Radical Larry joke, but nobody laughed at it.
Radical Larry.
He vibrated. It was some really ancient shitpost about a family of 7, and one of them was called Radical Larry, who could vibrate through walls.
I don't know if
I don't think I know that one.
It's ancient, and I'm 32 years old.
If I may, real fast, I don't have any images of this. Please pull up the first page of the Rotor story.
Okay, I wanted to know if you noticed.
Yeah, because we got a Transformers watch.
I see it. I see it now. I was actually gonna link something else.
All right, let me
this panel.
Let me hear what you see first.
Oh, well, I linked it.
Wait, where did
Okay,
you...
but-
Oh.
Cybertron 1984. I don't know what the implications of that is.
That's when Transformers came out.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking of the next page.
I got more. Are you ready? Hold up. We got more coming. So we got G1, Transformers Generation 1. This guy's a super fan of G1, apparently.
Yeah.
Takara, the original creator of most Transformers toys. I keyword most.
Oh my god.
2000
You're going off.
2000 RID. That's a sequel to the G1 series, kind of, maybe, sort of. It's weird. It's a Transformers anime. Optimus was a fire truck, and Megatron had Megatron was a dragon. Not important. By the way, Spaz is the Sonic God.
He's true.
And now that Dorko said there's something on the other... Oh, I see it. Yeah, there it is.
You see it?
Yeah.
More than meets the... Oh! I have never seen that one, actually. I'll link it for the...
There's...
be part of the
no, it's in the first panel with Rotor at the computer. Look at the books. Beast Wars are for dummies.
Damn. Is he right?
No, Beast Wars is great.
Apparently not. Art Mahoney doesn't think so.
No.
I don't actually know who does these.
Art
Mahoney did the art on this one.
I don't know anything about Transformers.
Arbui is the artist, but let me look at the art credits again. It's not... It's the inker.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, there is one more that you didn't point out, and
blah
it is in the
blah
screenshot.
blah blah Prime blah Generation 1. More than meets the eye.
There's one more thing in the thing I just linked, Trans Fandom.
I just saw it.
Maybe that was
I did notice that one.
God dang, I just saw there's more on here. There's more. The more I look.
There's so many.
Shoot.
There's another one.
Look,
Bumblebee.
yeah. Underneath there's Jazz, Wheeljack. The dude's just listing off his favorite Transformers at this point.
It's like a Bumblebee flying around the room.
I think every single panel has a Transformers reference. On the panel where Rotor says, "You, Nicole, are an ongoing mystery," The paper under him says Skywarp. That's a Decepticon.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
What is
Rotor's
Star
computer.
Convoy?
Oh my God, that's in there.
It's in the one where it's future Rotor. He has the paper underneath that says Star Convoy.
All right, there's more I got to go through. Rotor's computer is Computron. I'm pretty sure that's one of the Autobots. Yeah, there's Laserbeak, Bumblebee, A B C D E F G H I get Brawn, Huffer, Warpath. Oh, what have you done?
Laser Bear
Oh.
isn't on the paper underneath Nicole.
Laserbeak? That's what I said, Laserbeak, yeah.
Oh yeah.
God, I'm gonna have to go
yes, up, down,
Well-
Ironhide, left, right, blue, yellow. What is that?
It's definitely getting excessive when you're trying to list them all. You get the
Mirage,
same experience looking at a
Prowl,
wiki and reading all the
yeah.
Transformer character names.
Yeah. But this is excessive. Holy
Yeah.
kind of crazy style, honestly.
Yeah, Star Convoy. That's a deep one, man. That's nerd on nerd. Anyway, we also got Reflector, Spaz Rocks, Spike.
true.
There's Spike. We're mentioning the humans and Transformers now. We are really hitting the bottom of the barrel. All right, does Robotnik have anything to say about it? Yes, he has a paper that says Prime. There's a lot of primes going on. Thank you, Eggman. I'm glad to know
He's a big fan.
There's another one there, but it's so scribbled up I can't see it.
Surprising twist, Eggman's a big fan of the Autobots.
My favorite is Reach Around.
That's not a real name.
No, it's not. It's a reference to a video.
Oh, thank God. I was ready for you to tell me I'm wrong. And it is. I really like this.
Oh, real
sorry,
quick.
going back to the bunny story, this is a really good page.
Yeah, real quick. Transformers Watch. Over.
Another one?
No, I said it's over. I had to end it.
Oh, I see. All right.
That's going to be a segment for a little bit, I guess.
I
I
can-
have
boy.
to get ready for it.
that bunny page is good. I really like... okay, speaking of Looney Tunes.
Right.
Come on.
Because they showed up before, but yeah.
They did show up before, but, like, I forgot her.
And again, I'm sure I've said this before, but it's funny how it's like Bugs, Wily, Roadrunner, and then just Dragon Dude. Like, what the... it's still funny.
My OC, Dragon Dude from the Looney Tunes.
Acme submachine gun.
You know, this has me thinking now. There's a little bit of irony in IDW losing the Transformers license just as they got Sonic. This guy's dream is probably a Sonic Transformers crossover, and it's never
Oh
gonna
my
happen.
god. Yeah, I don't know if that guy even exists in the sphere of IDW.
I don't know if that guy even exists.
He may not be real.
Yeah, Optimus Prime will beat him up for all his nonchalant Beast Wars hate.
This is kind of a random, but I'm just... like, before, I've only associated the term Gen 1er with just Pokemon. That's the only context I've known Gen 1er. So it is pretty funny to know about this Transformers Gen 1er. I don't know.
Here's the kicker. Gen 1 is the only real generation. All the other ones have their own names. It's not really like Pokemon. I mean, it is because they use the term Gen 1. So, yeah, Gen 1 does still apply.
Are they all like are the stories all like linked together, or are they just like retelling it with like different shit? No.
No, they're wildly different. They just get referred to by, like, the series name. But, I mean, I guess makes sense. I guess you could get away with, like, calling the first generation of Pokemon, like, Red and Blue, whatever. Gold, Silver, Emerald. That doesn't roll off the tongue as well. But Transformers are like, no, it must be G1. Everything is G1. I love my blocks.
Can we get
Truck!
the anchor on the podcast to have conversation about
Yeah,
Transformers.
please explain
So
to
those-
me how you knew about Star Convoy in this time period.
The Sonic comics have been known to 2003. Is that too early?
What was going on in Transformers in 2003? Well, Star Convoy is like a Japanese exclusive, like Optimus Prime version. In Japan, Convoy is Optimus. It all goes back to Transformers, by the way. Welcome. Look, I'll tell you guys after the podcast. Dear viewer, go read it on your own. This is a Sonic podcast. We never tangent.
We never tangent.
We don't have a half-hour discussion about the X-Men ever. Anyways, issue 19. Don't let me see any more of it.
I have nothing else to say. I think it's a good one. It's fun. I like Bunny. I like the Sonic story. I even like the Rotor story because he hacks Robotnik and his Robotnik's lair is like a grunty-esque mountain cave with his face as the main thing. Oh, that was fun.
I liked it till you pointed out the Transformers stuff.
A good issue tainted by what was it again? Beast Wars are for dummies.
It all goes back to Transformers.
Beast Wars are for dummies. It's true.
You know, I actually didn't really. I don't know. I just kind of read it panel to panel, didn't give it much thought. But now that I'm looking at it, I love that Eggman has this ice mountain fortress, but that's just his head. I love that.
Yeah, that sounds.
It's like the gold Robotnik fortress from the Sonic cartoon.
It's a very classic, like, Robotnik.
I love like bases or houses, mountains that are shaped like.
That's just some dude's face.
Welcome to Robotnik Mountain.
I like when games have Mount Rushmore, but it's just 4 characters. I don't know why I remember that all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I did want to say I really like the Rotor story, just because it's just a nice.
I like that.
It's like a good story, and trying to find the words here.
The rotor thing was cute. The Amy thing was nice. The Ruth thing was Pete, honestly, and that's all I got. Everything else was just
Like I feel like it's doing a good job of making Rotor and Nicole both more of a character, more defining them a little bit more, I guess. So there's
yeah. When was the last time they did something like this with Nicole?
a while.
A while.
It's been a
It
minute.
has been a while, huh?
I agree with all of that. I mean, I've always appreciated Rotor. I liked his story. I liked his like whole thing with his parents. But I think kind of coming back to full circle, so to speak, where he, you know, I think the awkward thing is like Tails is supposed to be the tech genius because of the games and all that.
No, yeah, it was definitely super
which-
awkward for a while when it's like the tech guy. So we have Tails, there's Rotor, and there was even Nate.
Nate, yeah.
Which, I guess
Well,
that
the thing-
one's solved.
Yeah, don't say that. This is a little too soon. Yeah, well, I think, you know, because I think what they opted to do for a little while was like, okay, Tails is going to be more like mechanics based, and then Rotor's a little bit more of everything, and sort of maybe making him more of like a mentor to Tails, and that's fine. And I think then they kind of took Rotor away from that a little bit with the tech stuff, and he lost his identity in the group, really. I mean, a lot of the time they just kind of shunted him off to do his own thing for a while in the first place. So it's kind of nice to come back to this and just kind of do like a little, I don't know, the dialogue was really good in that story. It was just sweet. It was fun. Like you said, it just gave him character.
Yeah. Oh, and I was
Yeah.
gonna say also about the Bunny stories. That was kind of funny that it was like Sandblast City. It was kind of like the same ending again, but then like this time it was just more solidly like, haha, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
Like they're having to go through this again. Karma.
Yeah, kind of fucked up at the first time. The second time, absolutely deserved. I do. I do love the last line Bunny has. Yeehaw! So long, Jack. I don't know why I thought of you.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Riding on my crocodilio out of the Sandblast City.
You just have no off switch for inside jokes.
It came into my head. I had to say it out loud. Otherwise, you wouldn't. Okay, is it better than me just be like, I don't like it just to myself, and then be like, "Don't worry, guys, I'll tell them later."
Some things can be edited out, but not this because it's funny.
That's it, guys. Sorry, I gotta sit this one out. I'm done.
I think we're done.
We all have our hyperfixations of the week. This one is Star Fox. I think we had this last time too, Star Fox.
Star Fox is always around. It all goes back to Star Fox.
It all goes back to everything except Sonic.
Yeah. We'll change the podcast name to that.
Shout out to Fox in Space.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm so excited for that. Anyway, I think we're done. I think we got a solid hour of content here. I don't have anything else to say unless you guys have any final thoughts. I thought this was just solid overall. One stinker in the pile, but for the most part, I had a good time.
I had a good time. Bit of a stinker, but as I said before, it had its highlights that I liked a lot. So.
Reach out to our podcast on Blue Sky or Twitter or X.
This is kind of redundant on my part, but it's just kind of like, I mean, I generally have a good time. There's fun, good stories, and then there's Ken Penders, which is not great. Although I guess the new wrench is, again, find the name again.
Chacon. Rami Chacon.
Yeah. So that story was, it was something.
So, I mean, it's a little premature, but I hope you guys understand. Maybe like 3 or 4 episodes ago where I was like, we're finally getting into this era that I thought was really comfy and I really liked it, but most people regard it as a lower point in the series. And I'm just happy to hear that you all have been relatively positive about these, because I have good memories of specifically this arc of Sonic. We'll see if that changes in the next like 20-ish issues, because I know that we're starting a new story arc in this a new story saga, the Zorda War, the Zorda attack. And unfortunately, Ken Penders is getting his Mobius 25 years later. But we'll see what we think about that too.
Immense fear.
That being said, we have a very solid next series of comics that we're going to read. I can say with definitive conviction what issues we're going to read. It's going to be 120 to 125, 6 issues. Because it starts and it stops some stuff that I think you guys might like. There'll be some stuff in there that I think we'll be happy with seeing. Some that we probably won't be happy with seeing, and some stuff that will leave us with more questions than answers. All of this next time on It All Goes Back to Sonic.
Seacrest out.
I'm gonna stop. Bye.